Senate Foreign Relations Committee will come to order. Administrator Power, thank you for coming before the committee to testify on the administration's proposed budget for USAID. We look forward to your testimony, getting a better understanding of your vision for operationalizing the budget requests. Let me start by saying that for the first time in a few years, I'm pleased to see the budget restores the principles of defense, diplomacy, and development, the 3 Ds, as equal elements critically important to the success of U.S. foreign policy. As we know, foreign assistance, development aid, and humanitarian relief are not charity programs. USAID programs around the world are concrete manifestations of American values and the partnership of the American people. Aid personnel in the field work in tandem with local partners and communities, building sustainable programs to promote health programs, private sector development, governance reforms, and desperately needed relief. This work lifts people out of poverty, improves lives, and also helps build society's resiliency to predatory economic practices masquerading as development. The Biden budget requests increase for development assistance, the Economic Support Fund, the Asian, Eastern European, and Central Asia Program, and other demonstrate a renewed seriousness and interest in international cooperation. The budget request for programs that support democracy promotion, improve food security, build resilience capacities, address the climate crisis, and promote equitable and inclusive economic growth will be critical to realigning U.S. foreign policies with that of our allies and addressing the needs of vulnerable and fragile countries. Under President Biden's leadership, the United States is gradually gaining control of COVID-19. However, the disease is surging around the world. Deadly third waves in Latin America, Africa, and Asia have cost thousands of lives, overwhelmed fragile health systems, and disrupted livelihoods. We know all too well that other countries' ability to combat these kinds of deadly and contagious viruses directly impacts the health and safety of all Americans. USAID is playing a critical role in the U.S. overseas response in combating new and emerging variants that threaten our fragile progress and the livelihoods of Americans. I look forward to discussing USAID's plans for supporting global vaccine distribution, advancing the global health security agenda, and strengthening pandemic preparedness. Finally, there are regional challenges that have never been greater, and I look forward to understanding how you are positioning USAID to address ongoing crises. In Latin America and the Caribbean, we are witnessing severe challenges to democratic governance, and the pandemic is exacerbating the region's social and economic inequalities, driving people to new levels of desperation for fundamental rights and freedoms. In recent weeks, we have seen the assassination of Haitian President Moise, the unprecedented mobilization of thousands of Cubans demanding their freedom, the consolidation of the region's third dictatorship in Nicaragua, and a contested election in Peru. And the administration is rightly prioritizing efforts to address the drivers of migration from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, starting with strengthening democratic institutions and good governance, growing economic opportunity, and improving public safety. These crises pose risks to the stability of the hemisphere. Afghanistan's rapid deterioration poses a serious national security risk. Many of our Afghan partners who champion democracy and human rights are unable to apply for the special immigrant visa program or other existing channels to protect Afghan allies. I urge you to accelerate your plans to address the potentially life-threatening situation these individuals face with the current U.S. withdrawal from the country. How we withdraw and what political arrangement is left in our wake matters deeply, not just for U.S. interests, but also for the lives of these brave Afghan partners. Africa is facing numerous security and development challenges, the protracted conflict in Ethiopia, a fragile transition in Sudan, coups in Mali and Chad that are diminishing efforts to counter extremism in the Sahel. In Nigeria, the so-called anchor state in West Africa is beset by terrorism, conflict, and democratic backsliding. In the Middle East, we have to find ways to elevate USAID's role in helping promote good governance and private sector development in places where we have been more focused on military engagement. So I know how deeply inspired you are to ensure that USAID is leading the efforts to both prepare for the challenges ahead and to heal the wounds and sufferings of those affected in this complex world. We have full confidence in your abilities and look forward to hearing your vision for executing and communicating USAID's strategic vision for this year and beyond. You're running an immensely valuable institution, and I want to know what you're doing to empower and inspire the best from the people at USAID. Again, with our appreciation for your work and for appearing before the committee, I turn to the distinguished ranking member, Senator Rich.